If you haven't heard, it's totally absurd how quick and easy it is to make lemon curd. You clicked on this video, so your interest is inferred, and I'll have my knowledge transferred, and you can follow word for word in the description if that's preferred. I can't keep this up, that would be absurd. I'm not sure you know how many words rhyme with curd. Most of them end in word or bird, vegetable hummingbird. But that is for another time. This rhyme will now be deferred. I had no idea lemon curd was this easy. I've been buying these $5 little jars from Trader Joe's. For at least a third of the price, you can make curd at home. I recently did a video on pavlovas, which uses egg whites, and there are a few things you can do with leftover yolks, but with so many yolks, a lemon curd felt like the perfect recipe. It pairs really well with a pavlova, balancing out that sweet meringue with a tart topping. Plus, if you haven't had lemon curd as a spread on bread, muffins, or scones, bread, muffins, or scones, then you're in for a treat. If you like creamy and tart, then lemon curd can be really addictive. All you need for this recipe is 5 egg yolks, 3/4 cup or 150 grams sugar, 6 tablespoons of butter, and the zest and lemon juice of 2 lemons. You should also know that you can totally make a lemon curd with a whole egg. It's just that it'll be more on the custardy side of things with more creaminess and a lighter yellow color. Using yolks only gives you that really neon yellow curd, and because it's 100% yolk, gives the curd a richer taste. Separate your egg yolks if you haven't already and set them aside. For 5 egg yolks, measure out 150 grams or 3/4 cup of sugar. Zest 2 lemons. This part is totally optional, but blend the sugar and the zest in a food processor or NutriBullet. This will extract all the wonderful lemon oils into the sugar. Yeah, totally worth it. Woo! Take your 6 tablespoons of butter and chop them up into cubes and put them back into the fridge. You'll need them later. And now let's cut our lemons in half or thirds to juice them. I can't be the only one tired of trying to jam an oversized lemon into this squeezed juicer thing. And take whatever precautions necessary to juice lemons safely in your kitchen. Oh my God. Oh, this is like a silly joke and I almost lost an eye. Put the yolks, sugar, and zest, or zesty sugar, and the lemon juice into a pot. You can add a pinch of salt if you want, and whisk or mix thoroughly. I like to keep the butter in the fridge because we're going to use the cold butter to cool the lemon egg mixture down. Once everything is incorporated, put the pot on the stove on low to medium-low heat and continue mixing with a wooden spoon. This mixing should not stop and keep it at a low to medium-low heat. Basically, you need to keep mixing it so that you don't cook the eggs. This should take anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes. The goal is to get the mixture thick enough that you can draw a thick line through the wooden spoon. It's one reason I suggest not using a whisk during this part. It just gets in the way. Start checking the thickness around the 8-minute mark. If it's not thick enough after 10 minutes, you can raise the heat a little for a minute or 2 and then lower it back down to get things going. Many recipes will tell you to keep cooking this on low, and they're absolutely right about that. All of this is to prevent the eggs from cooking, and you don't want to burn the sugar. The goal is to evaporate the lemon juice. Concentrate the flavors and thicken it into a sauce. You know your stove better than what the recipe is telling you, so keep an eye on your progress, and if necessary, adjust the heat. You can take anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes for it to thicken, depending on how big of a batch you are making, and again, how hot you're cooking it. Once you've checked your wooden spoon and your sauce or curd has thickened, you can take it off the heat. Grab the cold butter from the fridge and add it to the curd. This will help give that silky, smooth, and luscious taste. At this point, you are done. Let it cool down slightly if you want, but pour it while it's still viscous enough directly into a glass container. Put a little bit of plastic wrap on the surface so the curd doesn't form that thin skin on top, and then put it in the fridge. But before you do, and this is totally optional, you can strain the curd through a fine mesh strainer if you have one. Thomas Keller might call something like this an instrument of refinement. It's just another thing to take the curd to the next level. This small one cost me $6 and it's pretty handy in the kitchen. Doing so will remove any lumps, bumps, gumps, and wumps along the way. Perhaps some of the zest or any egg that may have coagulated. As it cools down in the fridge, it will thicken up even more. So, if you are jonesing to try it, it's ready right away, but give it 2 hours in the fridge at least before you decide to eat it all. And that's it. Try it with pancakes or a scone, and I know you'll love it. Or with a pavlova. Check out this video I made on that. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time.